Hello, and up for sale today, I've got a 1992 Land Rover Defender 90 with the 200 TDI 4-cylinder turbo diesel and LT77 5-speed manual transmission. Now this is a right-hand drive UK import, and it has been legally imported to the United States, and it's now located here in Michigan and comes with a clean, clear Michigan title. Now, I'm a bad news first kind of guy, so let's get the imperfections out of the way. So firstly, the paint job is nice and fresh and new, but unfortunately it was not done professionally. So there are various fish eyes, dirt nibs, and filler bubbles here and there on the paint. So as you can see, not quite a perfect paint job, but like I said, it is new and fresh, and it's in Coniston green, which is a great color. But it's not perfect. So let's also next look at the doors. The doors have been repaired. You can see a repair patch there. The corners are kind of corroded, and the bottoms, there are some rust on the doors. And on the outside, there is corrosion as well. But keep in mind that this is a sub $20,000 Defender, and it is at the bottom of the market when it comes to price. So let's continue on to the rear door here. There is some rust that has gone all the way through the frame on the rear door. The bottoms, the top of the door is in actually pretty good condition. And moving on to the driver's side door, same deal. We got a little bit of corrosion at the bottoms and the corners and on the frame as well. Tiny bit of rust, really, not too bad though. Also, the bulkhead corners have been repaired. You can see there was a little bit of filler put in there, but not too bad. And also the footwells. We'll take a look here in the engine bay. As you can see, there has been a repair panel down there, but there's a liberal amount of rust proofing on there, so they're not too bad. We'll take a look here on the inside. Passenger side footwell, you can see there's new metal in there, and they're in great shape now, but they were rusted at one point and have now been repaired. So basically cosmetic stuff. Now the good points are that it is cheap, it is cheerful, and it runs and drives great. We do have aftermarket rock sliders. We got a nice set of BF Goodrich all-terrains with the 5-spoke aluminum alloys. We do have a new rear crossmember, and you can see right there, that's where they welded it on. So the rear crossmember is in great shape, inside and out. So that's a huge job out of the way. In the back here, we got bench seats with Land Rover seat covers. We've got the middle bulkhead removed, and the aftermarket bulkhead brace in place with cargo net. Gives you a little bit extra room, a little bit easier to get from front to back. We do have a Webasto diesel heater, which definitely comes in handy on those below freezing nights and days. The rear wiper does work, which is good. Tinted sliding windows. And we do have, the fan has been removed in the shroud, and an aftermarket electric fan has been installed, which is nice because you can turn that on and off from the inside as well, as it comes on automatically. Bonnet does have a little bit of rust up here at the top. Okay, let's take a look at the frame here. Pretty decent condition. Front outriggers look great. Fuel tank looks good. The bottom of the frames all look great. The good thing about this frame is I don't see any repairs or welds other than where they attach the new rear cross member. So that's a good sign. We'll move on here to the passenger side of the frame. All in pretty decent condition. Transfer case looks nice and clean. Oil pan actually looks nice and clean as well, which is a good sign. Well, there's a little bit of rust coming from the sump seal there, so that will need to be addressed, but it doesn't look too bad. Usually the oil pan is just covered in oil if it's a bad leak. Front outriggers look great on the passenger side as well. Front bumper is great, grille is great. We got aftermarket headlights. And we'll go ahead and start it up. We do have 161,000 miles on the clock. So the warning lights come off. The gauges are not working at the moment. Clean oil. And we'll set the cap back on here. So no back pressure or blow by or anything like that. Got no smoke out of the tailpipe, so it's running nice and clean. Okay, so let's go for a ride. Okay, so let's go for a ride, and I'll show you the startup, stopping, steering, braking, and gear changes and all that good stuff. And one thing I will say about this, even though it is at the bottom of the price point market-wise, it does run and drive great, and it is pretty solid on the road, actually. Very little bumps and rattling and all that stuff. So there is a little bit of an exhaust slap when it does start up. I don't know if you can hear that. And there is a small clunk out of the gear change. It sounds like it's coming from the front end. I think it's the universal joints in the front axle, the front drive shaft, or the wheel flanges on the front, which, you know, not a big deal. But anyways, let's go. So it's nice and peppy. There's second gear, third gear, fourth gear, and you can hear this. There's hardly any rattles or anything coming from the vehicle. Parking brake works. And I'll show you reverse here. Reverse is working as well. And parking brake locks up all 4 tires. All right.